video, I will be showing you how to make my green alien newborn hat and cape set. It is available for purchase in my Etsy shop. So let's get started. We will start by chaining 3, and when I begin, I do not do a slip knot. I simply twist my hook and then chain, and once you chain 1, it locks it into place. So that was 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to join it with a slip stitch. Alright, and there's your ring. So inside of the ring for round 1, we are going to start with a chain 2, and then we are going to put 9 double crochet inside of this ring. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so including the chain 2 stitch, we have a total of 10 stitches. You are always going to count the chain 2 as a stitch in this pattern. So once you get your 10 stitches, you are going to slip stitch to join. And I am going to take, so there's your chain 2, you're going to slip stitch in the top of that right here. So there's your chain, we're going to slip stitch right there and pull it tight, and then there's your first round. So round 2, we are going to chain 2, and then you're going to double crochet inside of that same stitch. So right here, we are going to put 2 double crochet in each stitch. So we're going to start here. So this is 2 here, and then 2 here, and you're going to just do this all the way around, and at the end you should have a total of 20 stitches. And then my last 2 double crochet, I am going to put right here in this spot. So I'm always going to count at the end of each row just to make sure I have all my stitches. So let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Alright, so we're going to slip stitch to join, and again we are going to go up the chain and we're going to slip into here to join. Alright, so the next round, round 3, we're going to chain 2, double crochet in the same stitch as chain 2, and we're going to double crochet in the next stitch, and then we're going to 2 double crochet in the next. So we're just going to repeat that around. So we're going to have 1 and then 2. And then 1 and then 2. We're just going to repeat that around. And in this row, you'll put your stitch, your last stitch will be here. All right, so at the end of every row, I'm going to count. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 28, 29. I'm going to have 29 stitches at the end of round 3. And we are going to, again, slip stitch. There's your chain. We're going to slip stitch right here. And I feel like it just gives you a kind of a seamless look. I feel like you can't even see your seam when you do it this way. So you're going to go to round 4. We're going to chain 2 and double crochet in the same stitch as chain 2 right there. And then we are going to double crochet in the next 2. So 1, 2, and then we're going to 2 double crochet in the next. So 1 double crochet, the second double crochet, and then 2 in the next. We're just going to repeat this around. 1, 2, and then 2 in the same stitch. All right, so the end of round 4, we're going to count our stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 4, 6, 8. To the end of round 4, you're going to have 38 stitches. Now we're going to slip stitch again. And you're going to go up the chain and slip stitch here. Okay, so round 5. So round 5, we're going to chain 2 and double crochet in the same stitch. We are going to double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to 2 double crochet in the next. And we're just going to repeat that. So 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet in the next. You always want to keep your yarn loose coming out of the skein so that you can keep uniform stitches. And also I find it easier when I'm crocheting. I know I keep my thumb and my finger here. This kind of just guides, and then I'm able to like pull a little bit to keep the tension even. It just seems easier for me that way. And all right, so just going to repeat this around. I did 2 in the last, and I'm going to count my stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 28, 32, 4, 6, 8, 42, 4, 6, 7. So at the end of round 5, we have 47 stitches. So round 6, we're going to chain 2, double crochet in the same stitches, chain 2, and then simply double crochet around. Alright, so we're at our last stitch, and that is going to be 47 stitches around in that row. And then for rounds 7 through 10, we're just going to repeat that. So I will meet you back at the end of round 10. Alright guys, so now we're at the end of row 10, and I'm going to slip stitch. So you had rounds 6 through 10 were just double crochets. Each row you had 47 stitches. So now we're on to round 11, and round 11 is all going to be single crochet stitches, because this is going to be our finishing round for this hat. So you're going to chain 1, and you are going to single crochet in the same stitch as chain 1. And then you're just going to simply single crochet all the way around the hat. And this is going to be our finishing round. And I feel like the single crochet stitch just kind of looks nicer at the end. All right, here we go, almost to the end now. And when you slip stitch, it's just like before. You're going to go up the chain, and so there's your chain. You're going to go into this stitch right here and slip stitch. And you're just going to pull it through like you're going to chain. And this is how you fasten off. Well, we're going to cut this. And there you have it. You see the seam is barely recognizable. I think it's pretty close to being unseen. But that will be the back of the hat. And there's the hat portion. So now we're going to get started on the ears. And the ears, we're going to start the same as we did the hat with a chain 3 and a slip stitch to make a ring. So we're going to chain 3, and then we are going to slip stitch, and we're going to, for round 1, we're going to chain 2 and then 3 double crochet inside of this ring. So 1, 2, 3, and it's a little tricky, but you're going to slip stitch into the chain 2 stitch like we did with the hats. So you're going to go up the chain, that's the chain, and you're going to slip stitch into this stitch right here. You can pull some of these stitches over if you want. That's kind of what I do. All right, so here is the top portion of your ear. Now for round 2, we're going to chain 2, double crochet in the same stitch, and then we're going to put 2 double crochet in each stitch. There's 1, 2, and there's the next one, and there should be 1 more. So we're going to have a total of 8, and this one is going to go in there, right there. So all right, so that should be 8. Including the chain, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. All right, so round 3, we are going to do the same thing, and then we'll end up with 16. So chain 2, double crochet in the same, and then we're going to put 2 double crochet in each stitch. I'm going to count these 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we got 2 more. And again, on this one, you're going to put 2 double crochet right there. And that's going to give you 16. So row 4, also we're going to slip stitch into that chain again. Okay, starting for round 4, we're going to chain 2. We're going to double crochet in the same stitch as chain 2, and this time we're going to put a 2nd double crochet there, and the next stitch is going to be a single, actually 1 double crochet, and then the stitch after that is 2 double crochet. So we're just going to alternate 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet all the way around. And that should be 24. Let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 24. So going forward, round 5 through round 7 will be just double crochet in each stitch. We're going to chain 2, and then double crochet in the same, and then we're just going to double crochet all around and then slip stitch to join. We're going to do that for 3 rounds. I will meet you back here at the end of round 7. Okay, so we're finishing up round 7. We're going to slip stitch to join. Now round 8, we are going to chain 2 and double crochet in the same stitch as chain 2, and then we will double crochet 2 together around. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 double crochet together, and then 2 more stitches. So we have a total of 13 stitches, and we are going to slip stitch to join, and we are going to fasten off. Now when you do the ears, you want to leave at least 12 inches, maybe 15 to sew, because we're going to sew the ear on to the hat. And you're going to need to make another ear, so we're going to make 2 of these, and I will meet you back after you make the second ear. Okay, so now we have our ears, and we are going to sew the hat together. First, let's hide our threads from sewing the hat, or from crocheting the hat. I'm just going to weave them back and forth underneath. Cut this one kind of short, but that's okay. Usually just go back and forth 2 times, and that usually locks it in place. And then trim it. And you should have another one underneath here. Okay, and now with the ears, we are gonna fold them and pin them. So we're gonna put, this is our seam, we're gonna put that in the very back. Turn your hat around. All right, so now we're gonna take our tail to the side, and we're gonna fold this end over just a little bit. Go ahead and pin it. Then we're going to do the same to this side. We're just going to fold it over a little bit and pin it. We're going to thread our needle. And we're just going to work our way around to hold this in place. And work your way back to the other side. All right. So now that you've done that for both ears, we're going to do both of those. Now we're going to pin these on the hat. So we're going to count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to start with the top of our ear right here. Make sure it is lined up with that 5th row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're gonna put some pins in here. There's one side, and then of course, you know, the importance of this is to make sure they're even. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want this side to line up here. Just want to double check to make sure. And it looks like this one's a little higher, so you don't want that. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now whichever side you want to start with, thread your needle. And you're basically just going to weave it around and attach it. It's not too terribly difficult. You just want to make sure you hit the threads. I make a lot of hats. To be honest, the ears I'm not really fond of, but I will say if you're going to make these and sell them, if you do like an assembly line and you put all the ears on at once, it gets a little easier. It goes a little quicker. You just want to keep going around. You want to try to end right here on this 5th round, that way it's even on both sides. So you may have to put a couple stitches in that same spot, which is okay. All right, now take your pins out and just check it to make sure it's in there good. You know, go around and look, and I think that looks pretty good. All right, so just go through here one more time. And on this side, I'm gonna hide my thread because this is the back side. Just kind of weave it in through the top part of the double crochet. Tighten it up. And go back and forth a couple times. All right, then you can snip it off. All right, there's one ear. All right, so now we're going to do the second. Basically do the same thing. Just going to weave the yarn back and forth around the ear, grabbing the ear and going around the hat. All right, sorry if I cut some of the views off. I'm gonna try to give you guys a close-up shot without taking it out of frame here. So just keep weaving it around the ear. Go ahead and take that pin out and go up the hat. All right, so again, we're going to try to end on this 5th row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to just go around this one spot a couple times, and then we'll fasten off, hide our threads, and fasten off. Go ahead and take my pin out. I'm going to go back. Try to leave yourself plenty of tail. I think I might have cut myself short on this one, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to go to the back of the hat to hide the thread. And I usually go in the double crochet here. We'll just go back and forth a couple times. And then the hat should be finished. So now we can move on to the cape. All right. And there's the hat. I like to, when I sell these, because sometimes babies are really tiny, so it's nice that, you know, I always ship them with it rolled up. That way they know that they can either roll it down, or if it's their little heads are small, they can roll it up. And I honestly think the rolled up looks really cute. So, and there's your Yoda hat. Super cute. I love the big ears. This hat's been very popular, especially since Baby Yoda, the Mandalorian, came out. This hat's been on fire. So, all right, so let's get started with the cape. With the cape, you're going to be using the cream. We're going to get started with the cape, and I'm going to chain 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to skip this stitch here and go into this one. So we're going to double crochet across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so that was row 1. We are going to chain 2, and we're going to double crochet in the same stitch as chain 2. So the stitch here, we're going to double crochet across each stitch. And now we're going to put 2 double crochet in this last stitch. All right, so that's what you have so far, and you're going to have 11 double crochet. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So each row you're going to be increasing by 1 double crochet, because you're always going to chain 2 and turn, and then you're always going to double crochet here, and then you're going to double crochet across, and then you're always going to put 2 at the end. So that increases each row by 1 stitch. So we'll do a couple more rows together. Okay, so gonna have 2 double crochet at the end. And just to be clear, you're not doing anything with this. You're not gonna go into the chain. Gonna ignore that. And so this row you should have 12. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay, so I'll do one more row with you. We're going to chain 2 and turn, double crochet here, double crochet across, And then this last stitch right there, we are going to put 2 double crochet. All right, so you should have 13. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Okay, so we are going to go to row 19, just repeating the same pattern. So you're going to increase every row by 1 stitch. So you're kind of making a triangle. And when you get to row 19, I'll meet back here with you. You should have 28 double crochet stitches, but we'll meet back at row 19. All right, so we're on the last row, row 19. So hopefully you're this far with me. If not, pause the video, and I'm gonna double crochet in every stitch to the other side. All right, so 2 double crochet on the end, you guys. And now for the fun part, finishing it up. All right, so we're gonna do the border around the edge to tidy it up, make it look nice and clean and sharp, of course. So when you get to this last stitch, you're just gonna turn it 90-degree angle and you're gonna chain 2. Now, I wanted to show you, we are gonna be working in between the double crochets, these stitches here. You see that stitch, that stitch, that stitch. So that's what you're going to be working in. So we're going to chain 2, and then in that stitch you're going to single crochet and then chain 1 and then single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So in between the double crochets you have that hole all the way around, chain 1, single crochet. We're going to make it to the front here, the top, the beginning. All right, and then at the top, in this little, that's kind of your beginning. Gonna put your hook in there and single crochet, and we're gonna do another single crochet and turn it. And now we're gonna single crochet in the top of the chain stitch all the way to the corner. So you have the 2 there, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put one in here too, 9. Now I'm going to put another one in there because it's the corner stitch. We're going to turn and go back down this way, doing the same thing we did over here, except the first part I'm going to chain 2 on this corner, because if you don't, it might roll up and you don't want that. So chain 2 here and then single crochet, and then go back to chain 1, single crochet. Again, we're hitting that stitch there, that stitch there. You could single crochet and skip the chain 1, but I don't feel like it looks as good. When you single crochet chain 1, it doesn't pull it, it just looks nice, gives it a nice clean look. So it doesn't make it gappy. I feel like if you were to single crochet there, it kind of puts gaps. I don't know, it's just me. I think this way looks the best. When you get to this top part, you're going to do 2 single crochets so it doesn't fold. And then we are going to single crochet across the top. Alright, we're going to slip stitch in this last stitch and fasten off. You hear my kitty. I'm in my office trying to keep things quiet so I can film, and every time I shut the door, he wants out. Alright, hold on. Alright, we are going to hide our threads real quick. Okay, so this part's finished. Now we're going to make the tie that goes right here. So I'm going to take my brown yarn and I am going to chain 100. So I'm going to take a 4.5, or it's the clover 4.5. These are my favorite hooks, guys. I don't know what your favorites are, but love these hooks. They're so nice. All right, we're gonna chain 100. $7.98, $99, $100. Okay, now when I fasten off, I basically just pull this tight and cut it, and that's going to lock it into place. And then I want to go back to the other side and just pull it, and then I'm going to trim these ends. Okay, so now we're going to place the tie on the 10th row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Basically just gonna stick one side here, put the other end through here, make them even, of course. And then we are just going to tie it like this, because, you know, I guess if you had a girl Yoda, you could put a little pink bow here and then tie this in a bow, but I think the pattern just has it in a knot, because that's more like Yoda's tie, I guess. So, there you have it. That is the finished product, and that's what it looks like. How cute, right? Look at that cute little baby. It's so cute. I hope you guys enjoyed this pattern. If you did, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. I really do appreciate your support. I am new to YouTube, but I am really excited to get going and do lots more tutorials and show you guys what I've been up to for the last 12 years. I have been crocheting and selling, doing markets, just hustling to earn a living, having a crochet business. So this is absolutely the next step in my crochet journey, to share patterns and tutorials and everything I've learned. So I look forward to giving you more content. Please give me the support and subscribe.